simple dinner today. Christmas is next week, so there's other things I have to do. So I bought a chicken, and what I'm going to do is I gave you this recipe of Creole seasoning, and I'm going to use Creole seasoning on this bird, but I'm going to butterfly it. I'm not spatchcocking it because that would have to mean to remove the gristle up in the breastplate and keep the chicken whole. That's not what I'm going to do. I'm just going to press down and crack it to where I can roast this chicken, but I want to butterfly it so it'll be easier, it'll be done faster, and that's my whole trick today. So we'll cut this spine out so we can flatten this out. And I'm not going to waste the spine. I'm going to sit there and put it into my stock, and I'll be cooking, well, making some more, oh, God. I'll be making some more bone broth. You're probably saying, that's pretty thick. Yeah. Oh, God. Okay. We'll do this other side. So I'm sure the chicken would say, I'd like to keep my breast and my backbone, please. Why aren't you cracking? Come on. It does not want to break. I don't know why. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, what is my problem here? Okay, we'll just end it that way. But see, there's no waste. Even when you use this, you don't have to worry. You have to flip this. Then you're going to press down on here, which is going to crack this. Or you could do it this way. This bird is really fat and strong. But what you're doing is flattening it out, separating it up here. Most of the time they just tell you to put it on and just press it and it'll crack down. Okay. Let's see. I did pretty good. Okay. I'm going to dry this off. So I want to oil this. You're going to have to grease a grill. Set your oven 350. If you have time, you can cook it at 325. But I'm on a clock early in the morning, like I tell you, to get everything going. So I'm going to use my broil pan, but I did grease it to make sure. There. Let's see, what do I need? Oil. I'm going to rub it down with some oil. My oil's frozen, so I'll have to melt it. What am I going to serve with this? I think mashed potatoes today. The rutabaga and mashed potatoes came out well. I changed the recipe, so I'm going to show you how I make it, and then you'll know. And good morning to everybody. I'm just heating this oil up, and then I'm going to sprinkle this all over, and that is pretty much it. And we're just going to bake it until done. Well, roast it really until done. But I can't remember the recipe of when I gave you this. You would have to look or wait until I make it again. But it's going to be spicy, and that's what I want. So that's why I'm using mashed potatoes. If I had the rutabaga, I would add the rutabaga to the mashed potatoes because it came out really nice, better than I thought. So you're going to rub this down. This will help it get a nice crunchiness. And for those of you that are listening, I'm going to show you how to make your own yeast for people who like to bake. This is a very simple recipe. So if you want something quick when you're cleaning or wrapping gifts, this will do it. But I'm going heavy on this. I'm not going light. This is going to be all the flavoring on it. I just can't remember. I know it was a Louisiana mixture I think I used. Sometimes it's very difficult to remember. Like I told you, I make so many recipes and change so many of them around. But that's what I'm doing for this bird. And that's going to be full of flavoring. Believe it or not, you're not going to worry about flavoring on this. And I think a salad with it would be quick and fast and easy to make. I already have the dressing made. I took a lot of garlic and I put my almond oil in it, and I sat there and I put it in my spice blender. And I blended the garlic up like that. Then I added seasonings to it with salt and pepper and the vinegar. It came out nice. So I didn't expect it to, but it did, so I wasn't going to complain about it. So we just have to wait for the oven. And what you're going to do is you're just going to roast this just like this and enjoy it. Something simple before you get into the craziness of holiday baking and cooking, though I know some people started early like me, and some, like my mother, like to do it the night before. That's why she had a 2-oven stove. She had to have 2. And she had, Clara would come and Clara and I would be washing and drying dishes, and as fast as we were drying them, she was whipping out one more thing. And then, Christmas Day, you wake up and you find sweet breads in the morning. And you would have, the garage would be closed up and had been cleaned, and my father would put a heater in there to heat it up. And we would have a setting of 20 people. And there was a table for the children, and there was a table for the adults. That's where I learned to set a formal table. My mother told me, you memorize this. She was always telling me, everybody was telling me, you memorize this, you memorize that. And I was taught before I got creative was to follow recipes. Just don't think that you can just come off the bat and say, I know what I'm doing. You don't. You mess up. I remember my first cookbook, somebody stole it. I hated that. That was my first cookbook. It showed me how to make coffee, and it showed me how to make tea and things like that. I'm cleaning the cutting board while waiting for the oven. I never let them sit long after I use them, especially with the meat. I wash them right away as fast as I can. I've seen people who sit there and they state, oh it's amazing how many people had a husband who sat there and got the same sickness. That's almost like they were given a script to tell you to sell the product. You know, when I see more than one person giving me a word-for-word quote, I begin to question. That probably came from the company and said, you memorize this statement and sell it for us. I wouldn't do that. I'm going to try it first before I do anything. I'm not going to guarantee something, and then that loses your trust in what I'm doing. You sit there and say, oh, she's just selling, then you're not going to listen. The thing is that if you're going to listen, you've got to, make sure that you do and that you've tried the product and you know that it's going to work. Like now they're saying they're selling a product, and this goes directly to what I was saying about your bowels. And he says that I am this person and that person, and my wife had this problem, and I'm saying, wait a minute. They're talking about black spots, brown spots that women get on their skin. That's a telltale sign of a dirty colon and intestines and chemicals that interfere with the digestion of the body. Of course, the body's going to develop those things. People say my skin is flawless. Keep your colon clean. I hate to say it, but that's the truth. They're finding out. Even Adele Davis said that, and Casey said, "Oh, I am doing well." Oh, I tell you, some people get stupid. But I am doing well, and happy holidays to all of you. I still haven't decided, but I think I'm going to serve steak for Christmas this year. I don't want a turkey, and I don't want a goose this year. I had a leg of lamb already, and that was good. Oh God, was that good. But this year I'm thinking I'm just going to make some steaks. A good southern meal, you know. Hadn't been south in a long time, so I'll bring it to the kitchen. So, as for dessert, I haven't even thought about dessert either. So, I'm unsure of that. We're still waiting for the oven. It's almost there. I don't know how long this chicken's going to take, but with the backbone out and laid out the way it is, maybe an hour, hour and a half, and that's it. And you already have that done. Make sure your shelf is in the middle. That's very, very important. And that's pretty much it this morning. I'm just going to be waiting for it to cook. I'm going to go make some mashed potatoes. So listen, just have a great day today as we move forward and closer. Okay? So as we move closer to the holidays, I know things are going to get more crazy, getting ready for the family to come in, or either you're going to be going to a home, to one of your members' houses and stuff. Be safe in the traveling. Patience. If you have small children, you're going to need it. So listen, I want all of you to take care. That'll be done in about an hour. Or I like to cook mine a little longer because I like to eat the gristle, so mine's going to be in there longer. But they usually recommend a certain time. Oh, well, they're carrying on anyway. So listen, take care and have a great day anyway. Bye-bye.